Hey guys, this is question 12 off of your study guide. We've got a projectile fired at 50 degrees, and its initial velocity is 20 meters per second. We want to know how far it's gone after 3 seconds. All right. Anytime you have a projectile motion problem where it's launched at an angle, your first process is going to be to find your VIX or and your VIY. In this case, we are ultimately just looking for horizontal distance, and we're already given time, so I don't actually need to find my VIY. It doesn't hurt you if you do solve for it, but it's just not necessary for this particular question. So to find your VIX, it's going to be VI times cosine theta. So your velocity here is 20, and then your angle is 50, and that is going to give you 12.86 when you type that in the calculator. That is your initial vertical velocity. You don't want to use the 20 meters per second when you're solving for distance, because this projectile is launched up like this, so that 20 meters per second is going up like this at the angle. So we're breaking it down to say, okay, there's some of the velocity that's making it go horizontal, there's some of the velocity that's making it go up in the air. So we are trying to figure out how much of that velocity is making it go horizontal. That's what we want to use. So to find that distance that we're looking for, you're going to take your distance formula, of course, and use the new VIX that you found. Also keep in mind, you can make a table for this, that's fine. I'm not going to do it in this video because we're only solving for one thing. But your acceleration in the horizontal is always going to be 0 for these because we are ignoring air resistance. So our final velocity and our initial velocity in the horizontal direction is the same. So this is 0. All right. So what that means, anything times 0 is 0. So all that gets canceled out. We're just left with this first part. So we're going to take 12.86 times it by our time, which is given to us in our question of 3 seconds. And when you multiply that, you're going to get 38.58 meters. All right. So to recap, we found, we broke down our initial velocity here. We found our VIX. We did this because our velocity is, our projectile is launched at an angle. So some of that velocity is making it go up while some of it is making it go over. So we want to look only at what's making it go horizontal, right? So that's why we broke it down. We're going to plug that into our distance formula, times by the time that it gave us. We canceled out the acceleration part of this because our acceleration is 0 since we're ignoring air resistance for this. So this one's pretty short. Make sure you watch the videos on the questions after this that relate to this as well if you need more help. So let me know if you guys have any questions.